Thank you. And now for your starting lineups. First, for the Gophers. At forward, number 1, Sembi Makwakwa. At forward, number 3, Caitlin Gucci. At defender, number 4, Darren Carter. At forward, number 5, Madison Usher. At defender, number 6, Angelina Holmes. At forward, number 10, Riley Belauskas. At midfield, number 12, Julia Blondell. At defender, number 14, Bailey Close. At defender, number 19, Riley Peary. At defender, number 27, Camden West. And at goal, number 97, Katie Bloom. The Gophers are coached by E.A. Jackson and assisted by Natalie Hack. And now, starting for your Knights, number 2, Ellie Egnew. Number 8, Ashley Torgerson. Number 10, Jocelyn Moreno. Number 12, Paola Nunez. Number 14, Sydney White. Number 17, Karina Olsen. Number 21, Rochelle Chusquan. Number 23, Audrey Tross. Number 27, Rachel Emel. And in goal, number 1, Michaela Giardo. The Knights are coached by Camille Lamb. Good luck to both teams.
Hello and welcome to Knight Stadium as we're here to witness another Division III field hockey game between your Southern Virginia University Knights and the visiting Goucher College Gophers. I'm here, Tyler Wright, with Quinn Myers yet again for this matchup. And Quinn, I guess what are you looking forward to today?
Well, I think we'll have a nice matchup today between Goucher and our Knights. It's really nice weather this evening. Can't really ask for too much better weather than we're having right now. So it's a beautiful day at Knight Stadium and should be a pretty competitive matchup as both teams, I was looking at the schedules, and both teams have previously faced Hood College. We saw the Knights face off against Hood on Monday evening. And then I think about a week and a half ago, Goucher also faced off against Hood. Both teams unfortunately had losses against Hood College, and so hopefully we'll see competitive games, and the Knights look to be in good spirits heading into this one.
Goucher College coming off a 2-game losing streak. As Quinn said before, they played Hood College not too long ago and fell 1-2 to them, and most recently they came off a loss to Juniata College, and the game begins. Goucher will get a free hit to start this off.
And it looks like, again, the Knights will be playing without freshman Sophia Whitaker, so they'll be playing one person down this afternoon. But, you know, it's not new territory for the Knights. They've learned to play that way, and they've done well doing it, so they shouldn't be fazed much by that.
Michaela Gallardo in the goal again this game. As we saw in previous matchups, Paola Nunez was in the cage playing goalkeep, but for now they'll keep Gallardo in there. Goucher on the outside the shooting circle trying to make something happen. The ref's going to blow a whistle, and there's going to be a penalty called on the Knights, so they will set up for their first corner hit of the day.
And both teams obviously worked a lot on their penalty corners before the game. Obviously, the Knights have done a pretty good job, including on Monday. I think they stopped all but one corner that they faced against Hood College, and they faced about 15 or 16, so they've done a pretty good job covering those this season.
And Goucher will start this off. Team captain junior Rachel Emmel quick to put that to an end. But it appears there is another call on the Knights, so Goucher will have a second attempt to try to knock this one in. A lot of bodies by the goal, and it looks like that will go in for the Gophers, and that will put the score up 1-0 in favor of Goucher College.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of chaos in front of the goal there, so typically the Knights have been able to get to it quickly and make some sort of deflection or block to clear it out before, a bunch of chaos ensues in front of Michaela, but weren't able to do that time, and that's why they got burned on that one.
So the Knights will set up here to rebound from that. Now, watching some previous film on both these teams, the Gophers, they're pretty momentum-based. They like to score a lot in the very beginning, and they do that here again today against the Knights. But, going into this matchup and talking to some of the players for Southern Virginia, they believe they match up pretty well against this Gopher team. Caitlin Bucci moving the ball down the field for the Gophers. Rachel Emmel on her, trying to. Gucci will get a free hit. Audrey Tross tries to go in there and take the ball. Looks like there's some interference by Bucci, so Southern Virginia will get a free hit. But Bucci and the Gophers are quick to take that back.
And as much as we've talked about, Southern Virginia having to play a lot of defense due to being a man down typically in these games, you develop a lot of respect for the defense that they have, how well they've played defensively, because, in field hockey it's not easy to play defense because, if it hits off any part of your body, anywhere that's not the stick, there's going to be a call made. Then also, depending on, who's calling the game, they're pretty stingy about, checks from behind, and so those could also result in a lot of penalty corners. So the Knights have been valiant on the defensive end this year.
Ellie Egnew with the steal for the Knights. She's going to try to hit the ball down the field to give the Knights some offensive momentum. It looks like she's going to hit this a little too far, and Darren Carter for the Gochers will get that back.
That might have gone out of bounds. Good bounce for the Knights. Yeah, and I'm excited to see if you're the Knights, not a ton of offensive success this year, but, just simplifying the game and obviously you got Ashley Torgerson, who makes really good contact with the ball whenever she has it. So just simplifying the game and trying to get down on the other end as far as you can and give your attackers a chance to score.
Bailey Close will hit this in for the Gochers on their own side of the field, so the Knights will have a chance to try to score. Looks like there was some sort of call there.
She might have hit it with the other side of her stick on that one. But again, there was a turnover created. Corina was able to get to that one first, and so if you just get it down deep in their end, just like right here, you can create some chaos defensively and give yourself a chance offensively.
There you go. Some nice stick work by Cameron West, but a nice tackle there by Jocelyn Moreno to take the ball back for the Knights. Torgerson with the ball. She got a free hit. Pass there to Corinna Olsen to try to set up a nice little screen to open up the offense, but that's going to be taken by the Gophers. Looks like number 19, Riley Peary, was there to put a stop to that. Looks like the Knights will get the ball back. Try to pass it back to kind of open up the offense.
And just give some more information or history on both these programs. You talked a lot, Tyler, about how the Knights, they're still a relatively new program and they've improved a lot in years past, and especially last year. Unfortunately, they lost a lot of players due to graduation or other reasons, but they're still showing lots of improvement in other facets of the game. But also, Goucher, they're coming off of a 2-13 year, so to have 6 wins already under their new head coach, E.A. Jackson, this is a big step in the right direction for them as well. So battle of two programs on the rise, hopefully in the future.
And Bucci will try to hit this forward. Number 12, Julia Blondo will be there to work the ball around the shooting circle. It appears there'll be a call against the Knights, and it appears they'll be setting up for their third corner hit of the day.
So it turned into a penalty corner, but, that was a good play by Jocelyn Moreno, because I think that was about a 2 or 3-on-1, an odd man situation for Goucher that she was able to break up. So good job by her to get her stick in the way.
Ref blows the whistle. Number 4, Darren Carter is given the ball. She'll hit that quickly to, looks like Bucci, but that hit will be stuffed out quickly by the Knights defense.
So it looks like Goucher, there's some pretty clean hits on those penalty corners. So looks like they're going to be pretty tough to handle in those situations, but Knights are just going to have to do their best to get to them quickly and disrupt their passes.
Torsen's going to heave that ball downfield, and Ashley Tross is off to the races to try to get that. Looks like Bailey Close is going to beat her to it, but Sydney White's there to kind of get it back to the Knights, but there's going to be a call. Crenner Olsen, the other team captain for the Knights, with the ball right now. That's going to go into the cage, but since he was outside the shooting circle, that won't count. Crenner Olsen, like I said, is the team captain for this team, along with Rachel Emmel. We've noted in previous games about her excellent stick work. How she's an integral part of this Knights offense, and you can see here today why.
Yeah, a lot of skill with the ball, and you can tell she's worked on her stick work. So hopefully you can see that work pay off in the near future.
Little battle there between some Knight defenders and the Gopher players. Ultimately, it's going to be hit out of bounds, and the Gophers will get it a little past midfield. Rachel Emmel there to stuff out any offense that the Gouchers had built up. Or no, that's Rochelle Chukwuong, I believe. My mistake.
Yeah, it looks like oftentimes, as we get into the second half of the season, the Knights are going to try and press a little bit more and get an attack going. And I think they're tending to leave Rochelle a little bit further back so that if, any clearance is made in front of the goal where they don't have a defender, she's able to clean it up. So good play by her to stay aware.
Bucci working around the shooting circle. Caitlin Bucci, the junior forward from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, currently leads the Gophers team in goals. She currently has 5 on the season so far, looking for number 6 today. Another crucial part of the Gopher offense is Zoe Mickles. She actually is listed as a defender, but she has 5 goals on the season, but she is not starting today. So, big loss for the Gophers there. Looks like the Knights will prepare for the 4th corner hit of the day.
And as they're back in tight with another penalty corner, we'll give a shout out to Michaela Gallardo. She had a really nice game against Hood College. Allowed 5 goals, but I think she had about 17 or 18 saves to push her total to, I think, 36 saves on the year. So a good showing by her. So that one goes way up high in the air.
Darren Carter tried to aerial that ball to try to work its way into the cage, but she's going to overhit it. Now set up the Knights offensively. Torgerson with the hit to start things off as usual. Caitlin Bucci with the ball again. Ashley Tross, pass was to her. She wasn't able to pull it in, so she's going to be running after that. But Riley Belascas will be there to get the ball for the Gophers. Looks like Ellie Agnew's able to work her way and get that ball. Karina Olsen now working with it. She's going to give it a couple little bounces to move it down the field. That excellent stick work as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's too bad I went off Paula's foot, I think. But, again, simplifying it. Good job by Karina to create some space for her and shield off the defender and just, put it in front of the net. Because, when you do that, good things will happen. And the Knights haven't been able to do that too often so far this year. So that's a good play by them.
Yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing from some of the freshman forwards today. Ellie Agnew and Audrey Tross. They seem to be getting the ball, moving it downfield, creating a lot more opportunity. Just there we saw the Knights in the shooting circle. So some good hustle by these young offensive players for the Knights today. Camden West, number 27 for the Gophers, moving her way down the field, but she's going to pass it to number 6, Angelina Holmes, I'm sorry.
So looking at their statistics from the year individually, looks like the Gophers have been able to spread the wealth quite a bit in terms of goal scoring. So they've got a slew of players with at least 2 goals or more. So they'll be attacking from every angle, certainly.
Mm-hmm. Goucher's up 1-0, have all their players on the Knights side of the field. They're really wanting that second goal, want to get that lead from the Knights. Torsen's going to pass that to Jocelyn Moreno. But there's going to be a call, some sort of stick violation. That'll be given to the Gophers right outside the shooting circle.
And then also get a little bit of history in the all-time series with these two teams. They've only faced twice, and Gouchers came out with a victory in both of those games. And last fall, in 2022, Goucher also came out with a 3-1 victory. So a pretty competitive game last year, and it's looking to be much of the same this year.
Holmes with the ball for the Gophers. She's going to pass it back.
Nice defensive play by Karina.
Karina's just going to shoot that down the field, try to clear it out, try to get the ball down the field for the Knights. That's going to be taken by number 4, Darren Carter for the Gophers, as they try to move the ball back to their side of the field, but the ball's going to hit Audrey Tross's foot, so the Gophers will get a free hit here, backed up to their own side of the field.
Yeah, it's a good idea by Paula to come over to the side of Audrey Tross and get a double team going to give them a chance to make a steal. And they left Ellie Agnew in the middle in case it popped out for her. So it's good pressure by the Knights.
Nice pass to Bucci for the Gophers. Bucci's going to run down the field, past a few defenders. Working inside the shooting circle. Looks like they locked up sticks there, so the Knights are going to get a free hit. Olsen tried to hit it down the sideline, but the Gophers, number 14, Bailey Close, able to get it. But it's quickly taken back by Ashley Torgerson for the Knights. She's going to pass it forward to Ellie Agnew as the Knights move down to the Gophers side of the field.
At the
And that closes the first quarter here at Knight Stadium today. Goucher College leads 1-0. Shout out to our sponsors today. Knight's Athletic Department would like to thank the following sponsors for their continued support of Knight's Athletics: Cornerstone Bank, Mill Creek Orthodontics, River Crossing Apartments, Straws Drinks and Eats. Come to Straws on September 22nd. Well, that's already passed.
I think they have open mic night this Friday.
That's right. Every Friday, Straws has excellent things. They have open mic night. Sometimes they have trivia, but like Quinn said, this Friday, open mic night. So come to Straws, get some nice soda, get something to eat. I'd also like to thank Grace Automotive, where SVU students and staff can receive 10% off their vehicle maintenance needs. Papa John's Pizza, locally owned and operated. Vinyl Cuts, The Beeve, Sweet Souvenirs, and Katana Sushi and Hibachi Express. If you'd like to partner with Knights Athletics to promote your business to the Knight Nation, please contact Brett Schroeder at 801-633-1894. So Quinn, one quarter down in the books. What do you like so far from the Knights and also the Gophers?
Yeah, so I think, both teams played a pretty clean quarter in terms of their defense. Obviously, 2 straight penalty corners to start the match wasn't helpful for the Knights, as Goucher ended up scoring on one of them. But I did like how again, they're trying to simplify things, again, playing a player down due to a couple of injuries, but just sending their attackers down the field and feeding them to try and win a foot race to it, as you almost saw Audrey Trostick get to one that was just about 5 or 10 yards outside the Gophers' goal. And so, yeah, I like what they're doing. Just keep doing that, and I think it'll pay off, as they've had a couple of chances in front of the net, just like when Corinna Olsen was on the near side and sent it towards Paulo Nunez, who had an open opportunity in front of the Gophers' goal. And that's another thing to note is, again, Goucher's been playing really well this season compared to their performance last year, coming off a 2-13 record out of the Landmark Conference. 6-3 already this year, despite losing their last 2 games. But their defense has also been very stout, as I think Katie Bloom, their keeper, comes in with a 119 goals against average. So, allowing just over 1 goal per game. So really good defense on their part, and really good job by Katie Bloom to keep it out of their net.
Second quarter has come to a start. Knights are able to hit this over to the Gopher side of the field. Audrey Trost in pursuit of Camden West. It's going to be stolen by number 10, Riley Velasquez, for the Gophers, as they're going to move into Knights territory to set their second goal of the game. Ball's going to be moved back. Looks like there was some sort of call against the Knights.
Yeah, I think it hit the foot of Joss Moreno, which turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because it called the attack of the Gophers back a little bit further and allowed the defense of the Knights to get set.
Rachel Emmel is going to defend. Looks like that was Madison Usher. She's going to kind of push her out of bounds, and the Knights will be able to get this hit out. Jocelyn Marino pass intended for Ellie Agnew, but it's going to go by Agnew. Nunez is there to save it, but Agnew's going to get it back. She's going to work her way down the field. But the Gophers are there to stuff that out. Riley Peary's going to try to hit that ball down the field.
It's a good step up by Ashley Torgensen. She read that one well.
Sydney White on the far sideline trying to move around Madison Usher, but looks like there's going to be a call against the Knights, and Usher's going to hit that. Number 19, Riley Peary's going to try to cross the field to get that to the Gophers, but looks like the ref's going to blow the whistle. But the Gophers will be able to get that around midfield. Number 6, Angelina Holmes is going to take that free hit, but the Knights are able to take that back. And it goes right back to the Gophers. Holmes with the hit. Trying to find some open players, and she's going to pass that to no one else but Caitlin Bucci. As Bucci maneuvers some players trying to get her way into the shooting circle. But Gallardo's going to kick that ball out of there for the Knights.
Yeah, that's the player for Goucher that you want to watch for the Knights. Is, you know, she can score goals, but she can also dish it out as well. I think she's got, if I'm not mistaken, she's got 2 assists on the year. So, you know, she's racking up the points. And she's almost able to set up her teammate right in front of Michaela Gallardo there.
Ashley Torgerson is going to take this hit. Bailey Close trying to work her way around some Knight defenders. But ultimately that's going to end up with the Knights. Riley Velasquez.
Yeah, and these are moments where the Knights are going to have to dig deep because, you know, you want to prevent it from getting deep into your zone, having less people. And if it gets there, you know, it's pretty hard to get it out and make a clearance. So they're going to have to work hard to get out of harm's way just like that.
Riley Velasquez trying to work her way around the Knights defenders, but Sydney White's there to kind of jam things up. But Gophers are going to get the ball back.
So he went off a foot.
Usher with the ball right now. Corinna Olsen on her, but they're going to pass that to number 12, Julia Blondo. Bucci with the shot, and it goes in. Looks like it bounced off the foot of Gallardo. Unfortunate. But that'll put the Gophers up 2-0.
Yeah, it either bounced off her foot or some sort of deflection in front of her. Because it was going towards her. She was positioned correctly, but, you know, it just took a bounce. I don't know if it went directly and off of Caitlin Bucci. Maybe it did. That's what they announced from the box. But, yeah, again, that's one of their best players making a really nice play, just turning around quickly and firing it home.
There you go, Bucci there with her 6th goal of the season to give the Gophers a 2-0 lead here. Madison Usher able to move that down the field for the Gophers. But Ashley Torgerson is able to stuff out anything that was happening there. Put it to rest. She's going to work her way down the field. She's going to try to send it down for Ellie Agnew, but Gopher defenders there able to stop that. A little back and forth on the far sideline. There's Torgerson again to send it up the field to Audrey Tross, who's down the field looking to start some offensive momentum here in the second quarter for the Knights.
Yeah, you can see Coach Lamb telling the Knights to get down the field and be in an attacking position. You know, even if the free hit's at midfield, you want to give yourself that opportunity.
Gophers working on their own side of the field right now. Knights are doing a good job today of getting the ball to the other side of the field to try to create some scoring opportunity, but the Gopher defense doing a great job of defending the cage and keeping the ball from going in. That's going to go out of bounds on the Gophers, it appears. So the Knights will be able to work with the ball pretty close to the Gophers goal.
Yeah, some nice possession time here in the Gophers territory. Now you finally get Ashley Torgerson to come up a little bit closer for that free hit.
Paula Nunez in the shooting circle trying to get something started, but she had a lot of Gopher defenders around her, so the Gophers are going to have the ball here. Nice hit by Madison Usher to kind of send that ball all the way downfield. That wasn't Usher, that was Darren Carter. But Madison Usher now has the ball for the Gophers. She's going to move around some defenders, and she's going to shoot that, but Gallardo's going to kick that out of there. But it looks like there was some sort of call against the Knights, maybe bounced off a foot, so the Knights are going to set up for their 5th corner of the day.
Yeah, it's a good save by Michaela. I think that's her first save registered on the day. So it comes at a good time because it looked like Usher had a lot of space right in front of the goal. Looks like they were lining up for a penalty shot, but ref corrected them, and it'll be just a penalty corner rather.
Riley Belauskas going to take this corner as she has with all the previous ones. She's getting in position, wait for the ref to blow the whistle, and he does. Nice hit pass by Bucci to, looks like that was number 6, Angelina Holmes. She tried to assist her with that, and hoping Holmes would be able to knock it in, but the Knights defenders are able to get that out of there. Riley Peary on the side, hitting the ball back in for the Gophers. Ashley Torgerson and Madison Usher are going to fight for that ball, but Torgerson's eventually going to come victorious out of that. And she's going to send the ball down the field for the Knights to Paula Nunez as they try to mount some sort of offensive attack here. Looks like they hit the foot of Sydney White as Camden West is going to take this ball for the Gophers. Here's some Knight fans cheering in the crowd as Rachel Emmel is going to send this ball up the field for the Knights. There's going to be a few Knights players who are going to fight for that ball, but eventually the Gophers are going to hit that out of bounds.
I think that was Rachel Emmel coming up from her defensive position on that chance. There's a great chance here for Goucher now.
Caitlin Bucci in the circle. She's going to shoot that, but it's going to be off the goal.
But what I was getting at last was, some nice speed by Rachel to steal it, then move it up the field about 15 yards rather than just passing it off. Again, you want to get as far into the Gophers' territory as possible to give yourself a chance at the goal. And so good play by her.
Rachel, the junior captain from Huntington, Pennsylvania, she's an integral part of this Knights defense. Some action there by number 6, Angelina Holmes for the Gophers, but anything that was there is going to be shut out by the Knights defense. Torgerson's going to send this ball downfield, and Paula Nunez is going to be there to get it. But it's taken back by the Gophers there. Number 4, Darren Carter with the steal.
Yeah, they're going to call it, I think, off the leg of Sydney White, but looked like it might have gone off of a Gopher rather, but it's tough bounce. Doesn't go our way, but it's a good opportunity for the Knights.
Holmes and Moreno onto the races. Holmes trying to get it past Moreno, but it's going to be stolen by Ashley Torgerson for the Knights. A little back and forth here as it goes back and forth possession between the Knights and the Gophers. But ultimately the Knights are going to end up with the free hit. Corinna's motioning to Ashley Torgerson to take the hit. Corinna trying to set up some scheme offensively. It's like Corinna's just going to heave that ball downfield to try to get something started, but it's going to roll out of bounds. As you see here today, it seems the Knights are going to playing a little bit more aggressively offensively, trying to create some sort of momentum to put themselves on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I like it, and it is creating opportunities for them. There's been quite a few times where balls have been sent forward by either Corinna Olsen or Ashley Torgerson, also Rachel Emmel, that the defense just barely had a step on our attackers. So you keep feeding them, and it's bound to go your way and at least get a shot on goal.
Madison Usher with some nice playing. She's going to cross the field, and that's going to slide past Gallardo, and that's going to put the Gophers up 3-0.
Yeah, that's a tough one to let up. It was a bit of a slow roller. It seemed like kind of a changeup. It looked like Michaela was expecting it to be have a little bit more power on that shot, and so unfortunately let it slide by on the right side.
Goal accredited to Thembi Makwaka, the sophomore forward from Laurel, Maryland.
That'll be her. I think that's her first goal in the year.
That will be. Some nice play by the Gophers offense there. A lot of passing between teammates, and eventually results in the goal. Audrey Trosson pursued the ball as they work in the Gophers' territory. Sydney White there to get the ball back for the Knights. Gopher player's going to drop her stick. That's number 10, Riley Velasquez, as Sydney White tries to maneuver her way around the Gophers' defense. Corinna Olsen with some nice stick work.
Couple of really nice chances there for Corinna. Good play, though, by, I think that was Sydney White to start it off, able to shield it from the defender. And, put it back in the middle, and Corinna was there. She got inside the shooting circle and had two really good opportunities, but a couple of good saves by Katie Bloom.
Caitlin Bucci taking the ball down the field for the Gophers, but it's going to be taken back by the Knights. They're going to get a free hit. But Peary is there for the Gophers to get the ball back. Peary with a free hit. That's going to be stolen by, looks like, a Rachel Emmel. She's going to pass that to Corinna Olsen as they're going to try to move this ball down the field. Rachel stepping up from her usual defensive position to help the Knights drive downfield.
It's going to be a free hit. Keep going quick. Just under a minute now remaining in the first half, second quarter.
Emmel with a free hit. She's going to try to pass that to Ellie Agnew. It's like the few players are going to fight for that, and Agnew's going to come away with the ball. She's in the shooting. Oh. There we go. Looks like they're going to call a penalty. And so the Gophers are set up for their, I believe that is their first penalty corner of the day.
Yep. Yeah, again, send it to the middle, and, it created a good chance. I think that was Paolo Nunez in front. But, starting from the middle here, I think the two captains combined for a couple of nice passes, and eventually Ellie Agnew won a battle against two defenders and sent it nicely to the front. So they worked on this penalty corner a lot. They opted to go for, Ashley Torgerson makes pretty good contact each time she has the ball. So I imagine they'll look for her and keep it simple and just send it towards the goal and hope for a good bounce that goes their way and some sort of deflection, or maybe give it back to Corinna Olsen in front.
Corinna Olsen's going to pass it to Torgerson. Torgerson's going to take the hit, but number 14 for the Gophers are going to be able to stop that. Ref's going to blow the whistle and call that play dead. Nice defense by the Gophers here to keep the game 3-0.
You might see the Knights just keep everyone a bit forward, just 10 seconds to go, and see if they can come up with a steal.
Audrey Tross and Sydney White trying to get the ball back to make these last few seconds count.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that's going to end the first half here at Knight Stadium today. Gophers lead 3-0 over the Southern Virginia Knights.
Yeah, so I really like the end of that second quarter. Obviously, first corner opportunity on the day for the Knights. But, yeah, just keep singing it to the front. Keep the game simple. Send it forward. Keep your attackers up there. And, you know, good things will happen. So if you get that, you know, chaos ensued in the front another few times, you know, hopefully one or two of those will go in.
There you go. The Knights able to end off the first half with some nice offensive momentum. A nice little drive by the two team captains to work the ball down the field. Ellie Agnew's there to set up Audrey Tross for the hit. Able to draw a penalty and set up that nice corner hit. But eventually, the Gophers defense was able to stop that. We'll take a momentary break here for the half, but we'll be back shortly to resume the third quarter of play here at Knight Stadium. Like 60% sure. Welcome back to Knight Stadium here. Start the third quarter of action. Goucher's going to start out with the ball. It's going to go quickly out of bounds. A couple of Gopher players trying to send the ball down the field. Bucci with the ball. She's going to drive it. Madison Usher's going to try to pass it to Thimby, but Ellie Agnew's going to be there to take it for the Knights. Ashley Torgerson for the Knights trying to pass it down the field to Ellie Agnew.
And obviously some good offensive momentum at the end of the second quarter, so let's hope the Knights can carry that into this third quarter.
Knights ending the first half with a near goal. Got a couple of shots on the goal, but the Gophers are able to stuff that out. Knights are hoping to carry that out. It looks like they'll start their first drive down the field on the opposite side for this half. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds, or there's some sort of penalty, so they're going to bring that back.
Yeah, smart play by, I think that's number 14. Bailey close to just let that go out of bounds so she can bring it up another 15 yards. Not be stuck in her own end.
Bucci's going to hit that towards midfield to number 12, Julia Blondel, as the Gophers try to mount some sort of attack here in the second half. Pass to Bucci. She's in the shooting circle. She's going to take a hit. It's going to go in the air. It's going to go over the goalkeep, Michaela Gallardo. That's going to go in for the Gophers. Put them up 4-0 here.
Yeah, pretty unusual shot there. I think it did deflect off a Knight defender, as, you know, she made a really nice move to get around. I'm not sure who that was of the Knights, but deflected up high, and, you know, tough for Michaela to reach that one.
If that stands, that'll be Bucci's second goal of the night, 7th on the season.
And she's, you know, that's her second goal. Both of those have been a little bit odd, either deflections out in front or way up high over top of the goalkeeper. So, you know, good bounces for Goucher, but good job by her either way to give herself a chance at the front of the net.
Knights playing with some energy. Ellie Agnew is going to try to pass the ball. Free hit for the Knights, and Olsen's going to take that. A little battle ensues. Goucher's going to start moving that down the field, but the ref's going to blow the whistle.
Yeah, good job to keep applying pressure by Karenna, as it either forces a free hit for them or, you know, possibly a corner down in that end.
Torsen tries to drive that ball into the shooting circle, but it's going to be stopped by the Gophers defenders. Darren Carter for the Gophers is going to try to pass that downfield. A little back and forth here. But the Gophers are going to be awarded a free hit.
Yeah, so things pretty wide open here to start the third quarter. You know, offensive opportunities for both teams. And, you know, I think that bodes well for Southern Virginia because, you know, you're down 4-0, so you just need goals to get back into it. And so as long as they have those opportunities, can't complain too much.
Karenna Olsen with some nice stick work here to try to send the ball down the field to Ellie Agnew, but number 19 for the Gophers, Riley Peary's going to be there to get the ball back. Knights trying to set up something defensively, but Bucci was there to disrupt it, but a little back and forth here. Number 6, Angelina Holmes on the side trying to set up. Looked like it was Bucci there running towards the cage to try to get the goal, but looks like Ashley Torgerson for the Knights was there to stop that. There we go. Looks like the Gophers are going to bring up a couple more players, try to set up something here. Bucci with another hit towards the goal, but it was a little off, and the Knights are going to get this ball back. Ashley Torgerson's going to pass to the side to Jocelyn Moreno. But the Gophers are going to get it back. Looks like that fell out of bounds. Ashley Torgerson's going to move this ball up the field. But a lot of bodies in the way. They're going to stuff it out. Pass to number 1, Thembi Makwakwa. Peary with the ball for the Gophers. She's going to pass that to, looks like number 6, Angelina Holmes, but ref's going to call a penalty on the Gophers in the shooting circle, so the Knights are going to be able to bring that out. Torgerson with the pass, looking for Ellie Agnew there. Ref's going to blow the whistle, some sort of obstruction. And actually, Torgerson's going to be able to hit this again. Darren Carter with the ball. She's going to drive this down the field to number 1, Thembi Makwaka.
Carter's been playing good defense for them. There's been a few times where Ashley Torgerson has sent a ball downfield, and there's been a couple nights in the vicinity. Good save there.
Bucci with her back towards the goal is going to take a hit. She's going to take a second one here.
Another good save. But yeah, Carter's been playing good defense as she's been able to, disrupt those long outlet passes for the Knights. And she's been able to turn it upfield pretty quickly, too.
Nice defensive series here by the Knights so far. Bucci with 2 shots on the goal, both blocked by Gallardo in the goal for the Knights. Holmes with the free hit. Just going to pass that back to Camden West. Little kerfuffle there in the shooting circle parameters. Looks like that's going to go in favor of the Knights. Pass it in for Ellie Agnew, but it's going to go past her. So the Gophers are going to try to bring this back into the Knights' territory. Peary's going to cross the field to Holmes. Knights are able to get the ball back. Ashley Torgerson is going to try to hit this down the field, down the sideline. A couple Knights players are there to get it, but looks like Camden West is going to end up getting the ball for the Gophers. She's going to put it inside the shooting circle.
That was a really good pad save by Michaela.
Bucci with a shot on goal, but Gallardo there to save it yet again. Bucci definitely has her work cut out for her in the shooting circle tonight.
Yeah, she's been working for her shot, so good effort by her, and also Michaela's made quite a few really good saves, especially here in the third quarter, to keep her team in it. I don't know because typically we talked about last game against Hood that typically we'll see Paula Nunez in goal for the Knights, but they've moved her up to an attacker position because Michaela's been a little bit hampered by injuries. That way they can have Michaela in the goal and have one more attacker in the middle of the field. But, she's looked pretty comfortable in goal for the most part. And has come up with some really big saves for the Knights.
Riley Peary with the ball. She's going to hit it towards the shooting circle. Some sort of call there. Looks like the Knights are going to get this back. Krina Olsen trying to motion open. And Torgerson's going to pass her the ball, but it's going to go past her. Knights trying to get this ball back to the Gophers side of the field. Looks like the Gophers are going to... Oh, there's Jocelyn Moreno. Getting the ball back for the Knights. But a little fight there with Caitlin Bucci. Looks like there's about to roll into the goal, but Gallardo was able to kick that out as the Gophers try to set up yet another shot. Looks like Bucci was there again to take the shot, but it's going to be off the cage, so that's going to go out of bounds. Torgerson looking for someone open to pass to, trying to set up a nice little offensive series here for the Knights. But it's going to be quickly taken back by the Gophers. Looks like Rachel Emmel was there to get the ball.
Yeah, another really good step up by her. We've seen that a couple of times also in the second quarter when they had their 2 scoring opportunities. So good things typically happen when Rachel steps up from her defensive position.
Rachel Emmel able to catch a few of these forwards off guard with her quickness. Able to get the ball back for the Knights. But looks like Goucher's going to be able to hit this one back in. Camden West hitting it in for the Gophers.
Yeah, you know, if you're the Knights, you're just waiting for one of those opportunities where you can get someone like Rachel Emmel or Ashley Torgerson, who have, you know, showcased a lot of speed throughout the year, to be streaking up the side and be able to set up their attackers, because while, you know, it's good to send those outlet passes, they haven't gotten to them too many times.
Bucci working around some defenders. She's going to try to hit that in, but it's going to bounce off some players. Number 1, Thembi Makwaka is going to hit that towards center again. Madison Usher trying to work her way around some of the Knights defenders. And looks like the ref's going to call that against the Knights, so they're going to set up for yet another corner hit.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Knights. It looked like, you know, there are a lot of bodies in the middle of the shooting circle there, and, you know, just one official on that side of the field. So it could have really gone either way, but, you know, Goucher was in the attacking position, so you can only assume that it went off a Knight's foot.
Corner number 6 for the day against the Knights. Knights were able to stave off 5 of them so far. There was a back-to-back in the beginning that Goucher was able to score off of.
It's a nice job to sweep it away by Torgerson. But, you know, I've noticed that, you know, I think that's the sophomore Riley Blauskis of Goucher kind of opts to go for that low stance and just sweep it along the field to make sure she gets a bunch of wood on it. And while it, you know, it gets there a little bit slower, but it gives the attacker a little bit better of an opportunity to make full contact with it.
Ashley Torgerson accidentally lets the ball go out of bounds, so looks like Goucher's going to get a hit here. Number 10, Riley Belauskas, is going to be able to hit that in. But it looks like the Knights are going to get that ball. Ashley Torgerson there to hit it back in bounds for the Knights. She's going to try to heave it downfield. Ball's going to get a little air, but it's eventually going to go back out of bounds.
Yeah, closing in on just 2 minutes left in the quarter. For the Knights, you want to try and get down into the Gophers territory and keep it there so that you can advance some defenders and create more offensive opportunities and, you know, use the short clock to your advantage. But, you know, got to get that clearance and find a way to trap it down there.
Number 12, Julia Blondel is going to hit that to number 6, Angelina Holmes. Gophers are all up in the shooting circle right now, trying to set up for another shot on the goal. But that's going to close out. Now the ref's going to call some sort of foul against the Gophers here. Karina's going to try to maneuver the ball. She looks like she has 3 Gopher defenders on her. She's going to pass that back to actually Torkson, try to reset the play. A little back and forth here as you have a group of players from both teams trying to fight for the ball. Looks like Corinna Olsen's going to come out with it. She's going down the field, but it's intercepted by Camden West here. She's going to pass that to, looks like that's Caitlin Bucci again with the ball.
Yeah, it doesn't work out, but a good idea by Corinna to go quickly off of the free hit and catch the Gophers sleeping a little bit.
Bucci making her way across a couple defenders. Looks like Bucci went to go hit the ball, but accidentally hit a Knight's stick. So the Knights are going to be able to take that ball out of the circle and get a free hit.
Yeah, Ashley Torgerson, she'll probably take her time, and clock's winding down just a few seconds now.
And that will close the third quarter of play here today. The Goucher Gophers have 4 goals on the day. The Knights, nothing. So here in the third quarter, coming to a close, we saw some good offensive play by the Knights and the Gophers. The Knights seem to be creating some offensive opportunities so far. Anything particular that you liked here, Quinn?
Yeah, I mean, I liked, pretty good defense by the Knights in that quarter. Just allowing the one pretty fluky goal, although it was, a good effort by who was it? Was it Caitlin Bucci again to create some space for herself? But again, they created some opportunities for themselves, just like in the first and second quarters. But now they got to win those races to the balls when there are clearances by the Knights defenders to give themselves more of an opportunity to actually get a shot on goal. So I think they just had those 2 shots on goal by Corinna Olsen in the second quarter, and so got to find a way to replicate that and climb the way back into this one.
Great play by both these teams so far in the 3 quarters, and 1 more quarter of play yet to come. I'd like to thank our sponsors yet again for their continuous contributions to the Ninth Athletic Department. And the Ninth Athletic Department would like to thank the following sponsors for their continued support: Cornerstone Bank, Mill Creek Orthodontics, River Crossing Apartments, Straws Drinks and Eats. Again, open mic night tomorrow, Friday night. Come join them. Grace Automotive, where SVU students and staff can receive 10% off their vehicle maintenance needs. Papa John's Pizza, locally owned and operated. Vinyl Cuts, The Beeve, Sweet Souvenirs, and Katana Sushi and Hibachi Express. If you haven't checked out these places down in Buena Vista, I strongly recommend it. The Beeve got some good ice cream. Love Vinyl Cuts. Straws, always love me some sodas. Players are going to come back on the field to begin this last quarter of play. Goucher's going to have the ball to start off this quarter as they look to defend their lead against the Knights here.
Yeah, so if you're Knights, you might want to, you're going to press a little bit here and try to come up with a steal in the middle of the field so you can get down in their territory quickly. As the more you make them pass in the middle of the field, the more likely it is there might be some kind of turnover. There's a stick battle here.
Ellie Agnew was almost able to get that ball, but eventually the ref's going to call it on her. But Corinna Olsen quick to get the ball back for the Knights. She's going to try to pass that downfield to Ellie Agnew, but it's going to fly past her. But
it's going to stay in bounds, so Knights got to go after. Yeah, it'll roll out just barely, almost.
Knights will be able to work on the Gopher side of the field. Knights got some players downfield hoping to score here. Corinna Olsen is going to take the ball, try to move the ball around Caitlin Bucci, but number 19, Riley Peary, is going to get the ball back for the Gophers. Number 6, Angelina Holmes, is going to move around some defenders. Looks like Jocelyn Marino's there to kind of try to take the ball back from the Gophers, but looks like some sort of penalty is going to be called against the Gophers, and Ashley Torgeson's going to take that free hit. She's going to send it down the field.
It's a good opportunity.
Another free hit for the Knights as they're getting closer and closer to that shooting circle.
They might be calling a penalty on Billy Close, so she might have to sit out for a minute or two. So advantage Knights, they'll have an opportunity evened up to cut into this lead.
Corona taking her time to kind of scan the field and look for some open players. Ref's going to blow the whistle. That's going to go right to some Gopher players, and they're going to start taking this down the field.
Yeah, some nice power on that one by Corinna, but just a really good defensive play to get all of it. And
Rachel Emmel there to take the ball back for the Knights, but it looks like there's going to be some sort of call. She's going to take this ball back, but it's still going to be the Knights' ball. Olsen's going to pass that to Agnew, but she's going to give it right back to Corinna. Corinna's going to try to cross the field, but that's going to go past some players and roll out of bounds.
And really nice cross. The attackers in front just weren't quite positioned well enough to get a stick on that one. Yeah, some good leadership by Rachel Emmel. Showing lots of speed. She's got a nice bounce to her step tonight.
Corinna Olsen on the far side trying to make her way past these two Gopher defenders, but they got her kind of locked up on the corner. But she's going to get a free hit. She's going to take that out. Looks like there was a call. Looks like it's going in favor of the Knights, and looks like they're going to set up for yet another corner hit. The Knights with yet again another good scoring opportunity to try to get themselves on the board here in the fourth quarter. Gophers have been able to successfully defend all their corner hits so far today against them.
So let's see if they go back to just a clean shot for Ashley Torgeson. Or they got Rachel Emmel a little bit more on the near side. She might streak towards the goal and create a little bit of a screen.
Keep her out for number 8. And, of course, number 17, Corinna Olsen. She's going to hit it in. Looks like they're going to pass it to the side. Oh,
Ellie was right there. Just barely.
There we go. There's a lot of bodies in the way. It looked like it might have gone in for a second, but the Gophers are able to keep that out of the cage.
Yeah, it was a good set play, though. You know, they changed it up a little bit. I thought they'd keep it simple and just go for the goal with Ashley Torgeson, but, you know, I think it was Audrey Tross who they sent it to first and made a nice little pass to Ashley on the far side, and Ellie was in the perfect position to bank it in, but good defensive play by Goucher and Katie Bloom.
Ashley Torgeson's going to fire that down the field, but it's going to go out of bounds. So the Gophers are going to get this on the Knights side of the field. Riley Peary here with the ball, number 19. She's going to take the hit. Nice pass to number 10. Looks like she's going to collide there with Ashley Torgeson. But Torgeson's going to get the free hit. She's going to pass that quickly to Ellie Agnew to try to get something off quickly.
Yeah, Belowskis has been all over the place for Goucher. You know, she's taken the initial hits on their corners, but also lots of speed in her game and really good stick work as she was able to handle a pass that was about a foot in the air. As Audrey Tross has a chance here. Looks like that's a corner. Yep, that'll be a corner for the Knights.
There you go. Audrey Tross trying to go around the Gophers defender there to take a shot on goal. Nice setup by Cornell Olsen to Audrey there, but defender's going to try to push Audrey out of bounds within the shooting circle. So excellent opportunity here for the Knights again.
Yeah, so a good play by Audrey. I mean, she didn't get a shot off, but, you know, bringing it down deep by the goal line to, you know, force a play out of bounds to where they at least get a corner rather than trying to turn it back towards your own goal and possibly give up a turnover. So good play by her to give the Knights an opportunity for another corner. Looks like Corinne Olsen's going to handle the duties on the first hit.
Just going to pass that to Torgerson. Torgerson's just going to take a shot. Looks like, oh, that's going to go in. Ellie Agnew with the goal, it looks like. Ashley Torgerson kind of sets her up. She's going to pass that towards the cage, and Ellie Agnew's right there to knock it in for the Knights to get their first goal of the game. Ellie Agnew, second goal for the season. She is responsible for both the goals that the Knights have scored so far this season.
Goal scored by number 2, Ellie Agnew.
And again, nice work by the whole team.
And that'll be Ellie's second goal in the year. She scored in the opener for the Knights against Ferrum. So again, she was in the perfect spot just like that last corner. And this time, Goucher wasn't able to get a stick on it, and she found herself all alone behind the keeper. So good play by her to be in the right spot.
10 minutes left in the quarter. Knights down 4-1 against the Gophers at home. Audrey Tross there to challenge Bucci for the ball, but she's going to pass that back. Angelina Holmes with the ball down the sideline, trying to get the ball into the shooting circle, but it's going to go out of bounds. Ashley Torgerson there to give chase to her.
So we'll see how Goucher responds. They've obviously had most of the possession time in the Knights' territory, but the Knights have made it count when they are in the Gophers' end of the field.
Bucci's going to get the ball, but Jocelyn Moreno's there to take it from her.
Moreno, she seems like she's always in the right spot. She's got a good stick and is able to disrupt so many opportunities, even with, you know, lots of speed like Caitlin Bucci had. So good job by Jocelyn to be in the area and reject these fast breaks.
Jocelyn Moreno just having an excellent day today. She's had a couple of good stick tackles to get the ball back. She's, like Quinn was saying, just been really good at disrupting the flow of play for the Gophers here today. Holmes going to pass it to Bucci into the shooting circle. Bucci's going to try to take a shot, it looks like, but the Knights are there to kind of stop it. But it looks like ref's going to call something on the Knights, so they're going to set up for another corner hit. Number 7 for the day against the Knights. Number 10, Riley Belauskas, is going to hit this in on the corner. She's going to pass it to Darren Carter.
And looks like Rachel, she's okay.
There you go. Darren Carter tries to hit that towards the center. Try to get that close to the cage to a couple of Gopher players there, but Rachel's there to stop it.
Yeah, I got her up high, but I think she's trying to wave to everyone that she's okay. Just got to shake off that a little bit of a shock there. But that's, you know, that field hockey, dangerous game. You know, you get to rush the attackers right off the corner.
Rachel Immel isn't afraid to put her body on the line for the game. Got a lot of heart. Torsen's going to pass that to Rochelle Chukwuong, who's going to give it to Ellie Agnew, but looks like Peary is going to take that ball for the Gophers. Peary awarded the free hit for the Gophers. Kaylin Bucci able to maneuver her way around some Knight defenders. She's going to take another shot, but a couple of Knights are in the way. Looks like that's going to bounce off the rounded end of the stick for the Knights, so they're going to have a penalty called against them here as they set up for their 8th corner hit to defend today. The Knights doing a good job today defending these corner hits. They let one slide by them, but so far the rest have been nicely defended by the Knights. Bucci with the hit. She's going to hit that towards the center of the circle. Darren Carter with a shot on goal, but Gallardo's going to hit that. And Gallardo's able to fend off yet another shot as the Knights were able to keep that corner defended. Peary with the free hit, but Corinna Olsen's there to get the ball back for the Knights, but appears the ref's going to award Goucher with another free hit. Kaylin Bucci tries to send that one down the field to set up Madison Usher with a goal, but she's going to put a little too much power out that, and it's going to go out of bounds. Kaylin Bucci with another attempt in the circle. She's going to swing but hit the ground. It appears that the Knights are setting up to defend yet another corner hit, number 9 for the day. Riley Belauskas getting position yet again. She's been the one to put in all the hits today for the corners for the Gophers. Carter's going to pass that to Bucci, but Knights do an excellent job of defending this corner yet again. Torgerson quick to move this ball down the field, trying to give the Knights an opportunity to score, and Ashley Tross is going to have that. She's going to make her way. She got 2 Gopher defenders on her, and the Gophers are able to get that ball out. Ellie Agnew there to take it back for the Knights. She's going to try to pass it to Audrey, but the Gophers are there to take it back. Free hit for the Gophers, number 14. That's Bailey Close. Looks like they try to pass it to Bucci there, but she misses, and so Ashley Torgerson's going to steal that ball for the Knights. Little attempt to get the ball to Ellie Agnew for the Knights, but it's going to go out of bounds. Gophers defender there to try to stop that, but she actually hit the ball out, so the Knights are going to get it onto the Gopher side of the field. Corinna Olsen with an excellent setup there, gets the ball inside the shooting circle, but Gophers are able to hit that out, clear it. Looks like there's a call against the Gophers here, so the Knights are going to get an excellent opportunity with a free hit close to the shooting circle to try to decrease this lead here in the 4th quarter. Ashley with a powerful hit, but it's going to be taken by the Gophers. Looks like that's no one else but number 3, Kaylin Bucci, who she's going to fall down there. Rachel Emmel able to hit the ball away. Ref's going to say keep on playing. Madison Usher trying to maneuver around a defender, but Rachel Emmel's there to take the ball back. She's tried to pass. Thembi Makwakwa there with the ball. Try to maneuver around Rachel Chukwuong there. Try to open up this offense here. But ref's going to give the Gophers a free hit. Close is going to pass it to Bucci here, but Bucci's going to try to take a shot, but it's going to get knocked out by the Gophers. So the Knights are going to get this ball back. Eliegnu breaking down field. And looks like the Knights are going to get a free hit on the Gopher side of the field, or just around midfield. Kruna drives us down the field to Paula Nunez, but it rolls out of bounds. Three minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Gophers still up 4-1. Riley Peary able to take this ball back to the Knights side of the field. She's going to pass it to Madison Usher. Usher wide open, one-on-one with the goalie practically. But Michaela Gallardo, nice job defending that. And the Knights defense is going to be able to get that ball back, and Ashley Torsen's going to send this ball down the field. Torgerson moving up. She's going to try to send that down to, looks like she had Sydney White and Audrey Tross in the area, but the Gophers are able to get that ball back. But it looks like went out of bounds, so Ashley Torgerson's going to take this hit for the Knights. Knights fan, Ellie Agnew one-on-one with the goalie. She's going to kind of trip over the goalie. So the Gophers are going to have the chance to get this ball back. Rachel Emmel able to get the ball for the Knights from Madison Usher. Knights playing with great energy here to wind down the final minutes of this fourth quarter. And that's going to go out of bounds. Knights fans down on the field, or in the stands, they're getting pretty excited. Love the enthusiasm that I'm seeing. Fans getting into it as the Knights get the ball back and try to make something happen with this last minute on the clock. Number 10, Riley Belauskas, is going to maneuver this ball down the field. She's going to pass it to Caitlin Bucci. Bucci's going to take a shot, or she has a couple of Gophers in the area, and they're going to knock that in. Looks like that was number 5, Madison Usher, with the goal. Madison Usher, that is her. She came into this matchup with 2 goals already. She was the lone scorer of their matchup against Juniata College, their last game that they played. I believe that makes 3 for the season for her. Gophers up 5-1. Less than a minute of play left. A little back and forth here as the Gophers are breaking down into the Knights side of the field, trying to get back into the shooting circle. Rochelle Chukwuong with some nice moves, going to get the ball back. She's going to try to pass this to Ellie Agnew as she races down the sideline. She's going to try to cross this, it looks like, but there were just too many Gopher defenders around her. 10 seconds left. It's like Madison Usher's going to try to make some last second magic. And the clock's going to wind to 0. and that will be the game.
That's the game. Final score, Gophers 5, your Knights 1. Thank you for coming out.
Gophers on top 5-1 here at Knight Stadium. Hard-fought game by both sides. You know, there's a lot to be proud of here for both teams, the Gophers and the Knights. Looks like we have some Knight players just flying down the field. They put their heart out there tonight. A lot of effort. Saw a lot of energy out there. A lot of great offensive play for the Knights today. A lot of opportunity on the other side of the field to score. I liked what I saw from them. A lot of great opportunity on those corner hits. A couple of them almost went in. We got that goal by Ellie Agnew to kind of end this quarter, making her second of the season. Going forward, the Knights got a lot to look forward to. I saw a lot of action from the younger players today who stepped up. Jocelyn Moreno with some excellent defensive disruption. Ellie Agnew with the goal. We saw Audrey Tross get the ball a lot. She was able to make a lot of stuff happen. All around, great stuff. Gophers, same thing. Gophers really spread it around today. Excellent play by Caitlin Bucci. She had a couple of goals on the game to bring her up to 7 for the season. And, you know, nice play by Darren Carter, we mentioned. Madison Usher with that last second goal. All around great game for the Gophers as they pull out this W to end their 2-game losing streak. The Gophers will now be 7-3 on the season, 1-2 still in the Landmark Conference as they look to play some more in-conference games in the next upcoming weeks. Shout out to all the Knights fans who showed up for the game to support their Knights field hockey program. As we come to a close, we'd like to thank all those who came and who are watching back at home as we look forward to you to tuning in for the next Knights field hockey game. I'm Tyler Wright. It's been a pleasure to commentate today, and we'll see you Knights fans later. Go Knights!